What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Hall of Nerds podcast. I'm Nate.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Carson.
I'm Mac.
As you can see, the vibes are maybe a little bit off because we just filmed for about 2 hours, maybe, and the recording wasn't recording, let's just say. So we're just gonna hop on here and chat it up for a little bit less of a structured episode because we just did it already. So
It was a banger too. It was an
Exactly.
amazing episode, and y'all will never get to see it. I'm sorry.
exactly. So with that being said, thanks for tuning in and nerding out with us. Batman 141. What did you guys think? I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like we already talked about.
Seriously, was there any? I mean, I guess yeah. For the people, it was fire. I liked it.
It was good.
Not as good as the previous issues. I wish more happened. It was just a little bit slower paced, but I still absolutely peak. Zdarsky is cooking.
Yeah, getting some major deja vu right now.
I love the way Zdarsky writes his inner monologue. I do. I just obviously already said
And I
that,
like
but
the scruff, but the
scruff
cut was
facts. All right, let's try to think of something.
yeah.
No, I got.
Something we haven't already talked about for 2 hours.
I got something to say though. So no, it doesn't matter because we did the draft. We did a draft of our favorite suits. And Stu, have you read The Watchmen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you have. Okay.
Yeah.
So I did not. I had Rorschach on my list. I did not take it right off the bat because I was like, nobody's gonna take Rorschach. Everybody knows that's my guy. And like third pick, let's see, where is it? Fourth pick, Stu's like Rorschach. About lost my shit.
Yeah,
it was about to be my last episode of the Hall of Nerds.
Bro, we're all
Listen,
quitting after
we don't have
this.
to do the draft, but we can list what we picked, and they can still tell us who won.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, so let's see.
Let's get your top five, Mac. Everyone have theirs or remember theirs?
Yeah, I got mine.
So my top five were it was live action suits, but my first one did not come from a live action movie, but it was the live action Prowler from Across the Spider-Verse, the Donald Glover suit. Then I had the Moon Knight suit, Blue Beetle, Black Noir, and the Sam Wilson cap suit.
Amazing
picks. I had in-game Captain America, Final Swing, Tom Holland from No Way Home, Brandon Routh's Superman suit, the Kingdom Come version from Infinite Crisis, or Crisis on Infinite Earths. And then fourth was Rorschach. And then five was
Magneto's Days of Future Past.
Oh yeah, Magneto.
Yeah.
Magneto.
Yeah. What did I have? I had TASM 2, I had Deadpool, I had Batman 2022, Netflix Daredevil, and the Titans Deathstroke.
And your boy had the best list with Tobey Maguire symbiote Spider-Man at number 1. At number 2, I had Black Panther Civil War. At number 3, BVS Batflick. Number 4, the TASM 1 suit. And number 5, Christopher Reeves Superman.
If you could tell by me and Stu shaking our head when we did the draft, BVS was our next pick. So
it's definitely one of, if not the best Batman live action suit.
Yeah. And the Where Am I of this week, plus the King of the Hill, which was another one we missed. Where Am I was the Phantom Zone. They guessed it though.
I got it surprisingly.
I guessed it.
And there's no recording to say otherwise.
Yeah,
that's fair.
King of the Hill, I believe Stu had Control Metal and No Brain.
What he does anyway for his job.
Huh?
So what he does anyway for a living.
Because he does construction. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Valid.
And then what did Nate do? He controlled electricity, but every time he uses powers, it broke a random bone.
Yeah, he can control lightning. Yeah.
Lightning, my bad. And then Mac, you had read minds,
but I was scared of fire.
Fire, yes. And then I had my Sonic Scream, but I was scared of women. So normal everyday weakness happens.
Dude, can you
overall banger episode.
I'm just thinking about this. You are in public and you just see a woman and you just sonic scream and
They rip the flesh off.
oh.
Wild.
Oh, so
Really?
what anticipated 2024 projects are y'all excited for? Actually, we talked about 2024 and we kind of talked about it a little bit, but what about 2025? Like genuinely, like
It's a
Superman, of
whole year
course.
away. It's a whole year
The
away.
Superman, of course.
Superman,
Yeah.
Batman, Blade, Fantastic Four.
Beyond the Spider-Verse, Secret
All
War.
right.
Wait, Secret Wars is 2026, right?
I don't
Yeah,
even
No,
know.
not 20. Secret Wars. Kang Dynasty
Wait,
is
wait.
2026.
Like, who knows what's even gonna happen with that shit? Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard they're recasting.
I mean, yeah, but I don't.
It's hard to believe anything I
But they
read
could.
now.
I would assume they might recast the character, but still change route.
They still
Yeah.
haven't casted
I mean?
Fantastic Four.
Exactly. Yeah. But how about I got a little topic here for 2024, since we don't have too many like comic books announced yet, new series announced yet. What's one book you guys would want? Like about what character, who's writing it, who's drawing it?
I think Martian Manhunter needs a run.
100%.
Bro's been just nowhere. Like it's
100%. I'd
honestly
love to have a Martian Man.
give it to Tom King.
Dude,
With what he does, what he did with Mr. Miracle, Batman,
that would be great.
Wonder Woman,
And
I
honestly,
think
give it the same artist. Who is that again?
Mitch
Mitch
Gerards.
Gerard. Yes, dude.
Gerard, yeah.
That would be very fire.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before, but Wade and Mora on a Brave and the Bold with Barry and Green Lantern.
Yes, please,
Yes.
bro. That would be amazing.
Yeah, bro.
That would be amazing. I mean, Mark Wade's his OG Brave and the Bold book is one of my favorites. And so to see if I think he might do it. Just I mean,
I think it'd be cool.
he just did it with World's Finest, so bring it back. Bring back Brave and the Bold too.
I agree. I've always thought about this would be a cool thing. Give us something called like the Watchtower, and it would be like a reality TV show kind of thing. And when it would all be like the personal lives of the heroes, they would have like the little side interviews, like
we've talked about
like in
this.
The Office.
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Yeah, and like do
so
it like
fire.
Heroes in Crisis kind of, but without like the emotional aspect, make it more funny based, and just
really
like have it be everyday life. More focus on what happens after their fights and not necessarily.
Kind of makes me think like, what if they did like a dating show, like you know what I mean, comic book.
Well, they're
like
doing
Love
a comic.
Island,
It's called
Love Island,
it's
but
called,
it's comics.
In
So
Valentine's Day, they're dropping a
Nightwing.
comic called "How to Lose a Guy Gardener in 10 Days."
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Is it gonna be like a dating show?
I think it's like a bunch of short stories, kind of like the DC's Mites Before Christmas. So I think one of them is going to be a dating show.
That'd be because I mean I don't know. I mean I don't know about you, Brandon. You might relate, but like living with my girlfriend, I'll watch the Love Island, The Bachelor here and there, you know, to see what's going on. And sometimes it's entertaining. It's entertaining sometimes. So it would be funny if that was comic book characters.
No,
Like
I think it'd be dope.
Everyone
like
fighting over Nightwing, all the girls fighting over Nightwing, bro. That would be hilarious.
Imagine a whole book and it was like a straight from TV book, and each one was like themed after like a different TV. Like one of them could be like a cooking show with.
As I'm saying,
Nightwing,
yeah.
Nightwing.
You're talking about the like
them,
reality show that just makes like if they did all types of that would be so funny.
Anything every now and then you get an infomercial from like Booster Gold or something. I think
that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious.
You know what I want? I want a Rorschach show, just like a film noir kind of show that just like follows him like solving like his time after, leaving the Watchmen. I feel like that'd be such a I don't know. I love like
I feel that
film noir, like those kinds of shows. That'd be so good.
Matt, you didn't pick Rorschach, so you don't get to talk about him. So, no?
True. Like, I don't even think. Are you even a Rorschach fan?
Like
if you were a Rorschach fan, I feel like you would have taken the top 3. But
I had to sacrifice my pick with characters so I could have my pick with the women. I know y'all don't understand.
That's fair.
Y'all tied down, but it's
fair enough. Fair enough.
Are you whipping out the rip out the I can't say his name.
Rorschach. There you go.
It's like whip out the Rorschach mask.
It's
oh yeah.
What is that sauce? It's like Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah.
I did that.
Worcestershire.
Rorschach's love
Rorschach sauce.
You trying to get that Rorschach sauce?
Exactly.
Is that the line you use with the ladies? You pull up in the mask.
kind of on another note, but still like on a comic book note, something I was thinking about recently that I'm curious on your guys' opinions. I have a feeling that we're either entering or we're currently in like a indie comics renaissance almost, you could say, like in the sense that comic books now as we know it are big. Everyone knows what comic books are, but it's DC and Marvel, you know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously people like us and avid comic book fans all know about indie nowadays, especially your Images, Boom, Dark Horse, the IDW, that kind of stuff. But I feel like basically, I guess, because how you could call the golden age and silver age of comics kind of the renaissance of comics, like that's when comics were starting and everything like that. I feel like we're in that for indie, because obviously indie isn't just starting now, but I feel like we're now starting to see indie things get um like turned into live action or animated projects, and like big image properties like Invincible and The Boys being headlined and stuff like that. So I feel like come 50, 60 years from now, people are really going to look back at this time in indie comics as kind of like the renaissance of it. You know what I mean?
100%, yeah. Back whenever it was booming for Marvel and DC, like indie comics were like, oh, these are just these cheap comics that no one wants. And then now people are starting to pick up indie in their regular like pull list. Like I see people talking about indie comics like every 3, 4 videos on my page. Like I see it
Yeah.
more than
100%.
Marvel and DC actually, which is
Yeah,
good because it's getting more creators out there, more writers, more artists, more like unknown characters, stuff like that.
100%.
I think we are almost there. I think we're right on the cusp of it because of, we're having the Invincible show, we have The Boys, we have, all that stuff. And we have like all the classics, like, the Hellboy movies came out however long
Hmm.
ago. We've had,
We had
Umbrella,
Paper Girls.
Paper Girls, they got a show a couple years ago. But where I think we're still not quite at that point where people are picking up indies like every week. Like something is killing the children. That's going crazy right now. That's good. People are
Hmm.
picking that up weekly. And I think we're like right at the start of it. I think indies are really, I think we're about to be at the point where indies are getting picked up by everybody,
Yeah.
weekly.
We're right now they're currently at title recognition and not brand recognition. Like you will recognize
Yep.
Transformers, Invincible, The Boys, but you don't necessarily know that's Image if you're not an avid
Hmm.
comic.
Right.
Totally.
But
Totally.
eventually there's going to be so many of those, it's going to be up there with Marvel, DC. I think Image is going to be the next like big one to transition to next to Marvel and DC.
I think
I
yeah,
agree.
And I think Boom and Dark Horse are still kind of building, but they'll get there eventually.
Agreed. I
I
mean,
mean, even from the jump, I think Image was just their first thing was Spawn, right? Todd McFarlane's first image was it was Spawn
yeah,
first
I think
image thing?
so. Did he not
to
create
my
Image?
knowledge, yeah, yeah, to my knowledge,
I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
so.
he made Image with Liefeld, and um or maybe Liefeld came in a little bit after Image was originally created. But even from the jump, I mean, Spawn was going crazy,
Oh
and
yeah.
I think, I mean, I would comfortably say the big three. I would say Marvel, DC, and Image, because I
Oh yeah.
think people that are not comic book readers, comic book fans, comic book nerds don't know what Image is unless they're like, oh, I like Invincible is a really good show. That's cool. They
Hmm.
might know what Image is, but I think like those are definitely like the top three. Like if you read comic books if you've been reading for more than a couple months, you know what Image is, and you've probably read a couple.
And they're
Totally.
starting to kind of spotlight the sub publishers too, like
Yep.
Vertigo. Sandman is getting
Mhm.
its own. Sandman already has its own series. Milestone. I'm sure they're going to adapt Static eventually. And Icon in them, and then Max from Marvel. That's like Punisher, Nick Fury, stuff like that. They're already both have adaptations, so they're kind of highlighting those smaller publishers that are owned by Marvel and DC and bringing them
Totally.
to the forefront too.
Totally. My thing, like recently, the that I like a lot about indie is because I just recently got into indie. Within this, I'd say this year is when I really started reading indie books, and now at this point, I I mean, it's getting to the point where like I'm debating on if I like indie more than DC and Marvel and stuff at the moment, just because I feel like where indie books can succeed so much more than DC and Marvel is the sense that they're just not tied down to 100 years of continuity or and legacy and stuff like that. Also, that stuff can is also what makes DC so great and Marvel so great as well. but not being able to have to be tied down to all this, just can come up with something completely brand new, doesn't, nothing else has to affect it. So I just feel like you get a lot of like just awesome new stories of
Like variety. Yeah, there's a
exactly
lot
just stuff
more.
that
They
you
can
could
explore
you
like different
wouldn't get in
genres, different
DC.
themes, and you're not
Exactly.
tied down to it being a superhero book, or a
Exactly.
super villain book. Yeah.
Exactly. But sometimes they still are superheroes, but they're just
Yeah.
it's such a new fresh take because they don't have to be tied down. So
That's what I like about it is most of the books that I read that are indie is it has to do like a lot of it just ties back to the the human condition, like
mhm.
one of my more recent ones, Hellboy: The Complete First Companion, not a human, but literally deals with the whole thing of like him being more human than most of the people that he like interacts with and has to take down. Sweet Tooth, once again, not really a human, but like the whole I don't know, all sorts of good stuff. Like
Totally.
I love superheroes. It's what first got me into comic books in high school. But now I'm like, I want to read about people. I want to read about their feelings. I want to read about their emotions.
Yeah.
Saga, not really
Yeah.
superheroes, but just people showing what it is to be a person, love, hate, despair, grief, all that kind of stuff. Like that's what I love to see. Because like
More
you can like
realistic themes.
you can do
Totally.
that with superheroes. I love that when you see like somebody like a superhero get broken down or be a real person. But oh, bro, it's just something about that is so good, so
Totally.
good.
That's great. Plus, they give a lot more like creative control when it comes to like making it darker and like more
Mhm.
like gritty and stuff like that. Image definitely like takes that and runs. Like Invincible was really gory. Um, like there are a lot of and Saga was just like we're not even talking about Saga, but a lot there are a lot of creative liberties, not just with like cussing and sex and nudity and stuff like that, but also with like the actual like deeper themes, like the
Exactly. Yeah.
emotional aspect and stuff, and
Yeah.
what
It's
they're
so
allowed to
much more
explore.
creative control. It's
Yeah,
pretty just
exactly.
100%. It's just whoever's writing it 99% of the time.
And a lot
Obviously
of the time,
outside of
what
your
holds people back,
Transformers, Ninja Turtles, but
what holds
whoever's
creative
writing it.
processes back is not only like it's usually the studios, whether it's comics, movies, TV
Exactly.
shows. It's the studios holding back the creative vision of the writers and artists. That's what
Exactly.
hinders like how good the book or movie or show is.
And that's
Exactly.
another thing is that famous phrase in writing is write what you know. And now that we are getting more minorities, not only ethnically, but like writing, people that LGBTQ, people of color. I don't know. I can't think of all the different kinds of minorities right now, but it's just like now that we're seeing more people that have had totally different experience than just Stan Lee, Steve Ditko. I can't think of names right now, but um,
You're
it's just
getting
like
more than just your middle-aged white guys,
exactly,
which
and
is
you're
exactly
seeing
what
all
you
these
need for
things.
these experiences. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seeing all these things
totally.
that you never would have seen, that you never would have experienced or even thought about, and it's amazing. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
totally. I'm
You
with
like
you
to
on
hear
that.
from the perspective of a person who's lived like these characters have lived, who
100%.
Yeah,
who
yeah.
understand that side of things and not just someone who thinks they understand.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% agree. So I'm opening up another Slim Jim. For all y'all
Disgusting.
who did not see
I
the
mean,
unrecorded podcast, I already ate like
Slim
six of
Jims
them.
are fine. But like the fact that you just like have like a 50 pack of them is kind of strange, but they're fine. I don't know the last time I had one.
You want one?
Ship it through. Send it
We
on
gotta ship
over.
out your
Yeah,
omnibuses.
exactly. Yeah, send it, throw one in there, dog. I'll eat
Ew,
them.
I gotta go to the freaking post office.
Yeah.
My phone might die in the next 5 minutes.
Oh
All
no.
right.
So if
True story.
Stu cuts out, that just means he's dead.
It just means
All right. R.I.P. Stu.
Exactly. So when Stu's out, we're gonna film an entire new episode.
Yeah.
Nah,
And it's
I
gonna be
mean,
the best one yet. Stu's actually never missed an episode.
neither have I.
Facts.
No, well, you can't miss an
You
episode.
can't.
You do all the recording.
Exactly.
So if you can't do an episode,
Yeah.
it's like we're just not doing the episode.
Yeah, I gotta go, guys. I'm playing.
And I think me and Mac have both missed two.
I've missed a
think.
couple,
Yeah,
Unprofessional.
2 or 3.
my bad.
Unprofessional. No, I'm playing. Those are the
Jobs,
best
they just like
episodes.
to call me in.
Those are the
Hey,
best
man,
episodes.
I haven't
No.
missed an episode. Y'all have missed me. That's what it really
There we go.
is.
There we go.
You're right. We should stop. We should stop scheduling around Nate and let's just schedule around Mac because flip an episode.
I feel like we
What is-
schedule around you, Brandon.
Yeah,
That is fair.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
just
work
because,
at
like,
night.
yeah,
Most of y'all are available at
everyone,
night.
most people are,
Yeah.
but that's fair. You work at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The life of being a male stripper. It's rough. It's.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, I've been there, man. I've been there.
hey man, I just gotta say, you're making your mom proud. You grew up just to be just like her, man.
That's true. All right, well then, I mean, what else do we even want to talk about? We just talked about everything already.
You got the pull list? I mean, we could at least do
Oh
that.
yeah. Let's do the poll list. Let's do
Start
the
the
poll
pool
list.
list, and then we can just talk about kind of our pools.
Yeah, we could talk a
after.
little bit more about the poll list too, I guess, than we normally do.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I want to talk about something. Well, I want to know, like, what's your favorite book you guys have ever read? I want to start with Stu just because I know his phone's about to die. Like, I want to know like your guys' favorite thing. They're like, this is the book that I could read forever.
The Boxcar Children, easily.
It could be a comic book.
That was
that works.
out of left field, to be honest.
Yeah, bro. That's like the best book I've ever read. It was really good.
Are we talking about just books or are we talking about comics?
It could be
I
comics.
was yeah.
If we're talking about comics, I'm going Deceased. But if we're talking about books, I'm going the Percy Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, Deceased is easily the best comic book I've ever read.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Vagabond. It's a manga. Vagabond / the Book of Five Rings, which is the real book, and then Vagabond is the manga adaptation.
Okay.
Yeah. If you know, you know. Anyone that's watching this, if you read Vagabond, drop in the comments. Everyone knows it's peak.
Yeah.
I'd really recommend it.
Manga. It's just like I can't get into the format. Just like reading it backwards. It's just
it's literally the exact same. Just backwards.
My mind
like,
can't comprehend reading a book right to left. Like it's just.
I mean, I feel you. It's weird to go back and forth between the two, but like 1 or 2 pages, then you're like, it's just normal. You're just like, oh, okay, this is just how I'm reading it. Because everything goes the same way as far as like, because with comics, it's right to left, top to bottom. It's the same. It's just left to right, top to bottom. It's not like bottom to top. It's still top to, you know what I mean?
Okay, so it's like you start at the top left of the right page, and then you go over to the.
Yeah, it's literally if you were to just read it backwards. So a comic book panel, you'll read it from top left, or like you go left to right, top to bottom.
Yeah.
And same goes with pages, I guess. You read the left page before you read the right page. With manga, you read the right page before you read the left page. And you read it's the same, it's top to bottom still, but it's right to left. So it's really it's literally the same, just if you were to like look at it in a mirror. If you were to read a comic book in a mirror, pretty much.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So but I totally get you going back and forth. It does get a little bit confusing sometimes. But after like a page or two, it's you just you get back into it. But I really recommend it. I mean, it's just another form of like comic books, and you know what I mean? It's just Japanese versions. So
and they do have comic book manga versions of comic book characters too.
Yeah, I have a Spider-Man manga. There's a Batman one. Like
I saw a Wolverine one at Books A Million the other day. Yeah.
I've read a little bit of the Spider-Man one, and it's super dope.
And then Deadpool Samurai, like Max said, I saw that one too.
Yeah, that one looks dope too. I haven't checked that one out, but
I think I have that one somewhere. I'm not sure.
But yeah, if you don't read manga, check it out. It's awesome.
I gotta go Percy Jackson though.
Valid.
That series of all, or Harry Potter, but I've read so much Harry Potter, I would probably do Percy Jackson.
Fair enough.
Especially the second series. Have y'all read the second one? If they adapt that into the show, like the
I've
Heroes.
only read the first book.
I've only read the first one as well.
What, dude?
At least I think it was such a long time ago.
Best book series of all time, like genuinely. The show's good so far. I feel like that's what we haven't talked about is the Percy Jackson show.
Yeah, true. It's been good. Yeah. That's
all. It feels kind of Disney-fied. I
don't love all the castings. It's not even like who they are. It's just like
I like the 3 kids. I
don't love Annabeth. I just don't love. I don't dislike her either. And then, I don't love what's his name, Luke. I don't love his actor either.
See, Luke, I liked. I liked the
But
casting.
everyone else, I really like. I mean, obviously Percy is great. I forget
I
the
was
kid's
iffy
name,
on
but
Grover and Annabeth, but Annabeth, the newer episode, I'm liking her a lot more because they actually gave her good lines in the new episode.
yeah, she's
Like in the
getting better.
first
I
three, she
agree.
was so bland and stale, and then the new episode they gave her like actual emotion and lines, and I was like, okay, she can act. Thank you for showing she can actually act.
I'm with you on
You
that.
know. And then Grover, I'm still waiting, because I keep comparing him to the movie. I find myself sitting there watching it and then like thinking to the movie, and I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, the movie made it. The movie wasn't as accurate to the books, but it made it look so much cooler.
They
I'm,
look
I'm
way
ready.
cooler, yeah.
I'm ready for that casino scene. I need another one of
Facts. But
those.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
wait, aren't these dudes literally 11 years old? How are they getting into a casino? Like, I don't know. We'll see,
Yeah,
I guess.
nothing will ever live up to. What was the song playing? Was it Poker Face?
For sure.
It might have
Yeah,
been, yeah.
it was Poker Face, and they were eating the lotus
The
flowers. Yo, that
Yeah.
scene was
Yeah.
fire.
My phone
Goated.
is on 1%. So peace out, y'all. And everybody make sure you pick up Ultimate Spider-Man this week. That is the one thing that matters.
True. There we
That
go.
was good.
Peace out.
Yeah,
Peace.
Stu just died. For
Let's
anyone
talk shit
wondering.
about him.
Yeah, okay. So
No, I'd say my two favorite books, one being like an actual novel and then being like a graphic novel, probably The Shining by Mr. King, and then The Crow by James O'Barr. My little
Nice.
emo heart is just like, oh,
are
this is so
those
amazing.
are those based off the movies?
Brandon.
You guys, what are you talking? Answer his question.
What do you mean? Are they based off the movies?
Are the books?
He means, are they based off the movies?
The movies are based off the books.
Nate, do you know that?
I don't even know what you guys are talking about anymore. He said two books. He
Did
said
you
two
really?
books. I don't know.
Do you think
Which
that
book?
do you think the movies came before the books?
What?
Which movies?
What are you even talking about?
You said you just asked if
Yeah,
if
what book are you guys talking? He asked the question. I don't even know what book you guys are talking
The
about.
Crow and The Shining.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
which one are you talking about?
Both.
Both? Oh, the books came first.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's just a question,
Simple.
bro. Like you just had a question.
No, wait, no, but you asked if the books are based off the movie.
Yeah, and you
So
said
no,
and then
they
you said-
aren't.
yeah, and then you said
And then you stared at him for 30 seconds
Because-
after he asked that.
Because did you mean like are the movies based off the books? Is that what you meant? Or
no, I was asking if the books were based off the movies.
what movie have you
Question. It's just other way around.
what movie have you seen that they
Star
then
Wars.
went on to write
Star
a
Wars.
book about? Okay, well, shit.
Yeah. That's
I guess I
classic.
do have like the whole trilogy.
They actually do that with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They take the movie and then they do a little comic book off of it sometimes. I know John
Okay.
Wick got one.
Creed. I saw there's like
Creed.
a Creed, American Psycho. But those are also
Okay.
comic books.
That's fair. That's fair.
So
Yeah, Mac. Don't
Should we-
don't question me.
should we jump into a little the pull list?
Little pull
Call,
list, yeah.
call it a day.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right.
Short little episode, real quick.
Let's
Little episode of
see.
Rooney.
Yeah. Wow, Stu's missing his first episode ever, guys.
And he's getting skipped.
Yeah. No, I'll just do his pulls for him.
we'll each do one of his books.
Uh,
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. All right, number 3, Stu has Green Lantern. Green's his favorite color, and he likes how they make little light thingies when they fight. And he's got a crush on Hal Jordan, and that's why he wants to pick up Green Lantern number 7.
True. I'm actually glad he has this in here because I didn't put it on my top 3 because it's like but it is like my number 4. I am really excited about this. Sinestro has got is going rage mode on him. It's been nuts. And I think it's RIP Kilowog in this issue. So.
Oh, thank you for the spoiler. I appreciate that.
Well, it hasn't happened. It's just
It says one will die.
It's just but Beast World number 4.
Titans Beast World. Stu has this on here because
He's a furry.
he's secretly a furry.
True. I did hear about that.
Yeah.
I read about that in the newspaper.
And like he said before he jumped out of here, Ultimate Spider-Man is his number 1. And you have to get it. Remember what he said. You have to.
We're gonna block you. on the
And
holiday.
now that Stu's
TikTok.
not here to talk about like what the hell is this? No, I'm playing. This is actually
Oh, it's
fire.
the Walking Dead variant.
It's a Walking Dead homage variant for Radiant Black issue 28, and that's fire. Anything Walking Dead is always fire.
Peak.
Anyway, now to the people that are here.
I have not. I read a little bit of Thunderbolts, but I did start this run. I'm liking it. The first, not the first episode. First book went kind of crazy, and we got our boy Fisk in here, so I think shit's about to go down.
Black Widow, though. Sorry.
And Sandman, I've been reading this. I'm really liking this a lot. That dude right there, you don't really know who he is yet, but pretty much he's like Sandman Ops. And well, I guess his name is the Fog. I'm assuming that's his name, actually, now that I'm looking at the cover.
I like Sandman Ops better.
Yeah, Sandman Ops. Yeah. But yeah, it's looking good.
The Dust
And
Man.
Ultimate Spider-Man. That's you know.
It's gotta be.
Pig.
And then this one, I have what issues? Is it like annual number 14 or something where it has like the Mary Jane and Peter Parker, wedding. And I have that cover, and I just like the little homage with the Spider-Man heart.
Totally. Very
Love
fire.
it.
So many fire variants for that book.
Yeah. At number 3, I have the Batman and Robin number 5. The story finally started picking up, with Man Bat pulling up, looking all emo and shush and stuff. So I'm rocking with it. Down to see where that goes. Number 2, I got Titans Beast World number 4. I got the lenticular variant, the one that's like a hologram.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's a weird word, but
the furry variant.
Yeah, the furry variant. Damien is now a cat for some reason.
Hell yeah.
And then number 1, I got Ultimate Spider-Man number 1. Love this. It kind of reminds me of Spider-Man 3 with Tobey, where they're like laying on the web.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
Very fire. And
my variant of the week, I gotta go Action Comics 1061. Clark is a lucky man.
So fire. This is a very fire cover, and it's also the first of Jason Aaron's run.
Yeah, it's Jorge.
Detective Comics. So.
Love it.
For me, number 3, I gotta have Image Transformers number 4. Transformers, those of y'all that have been reading, this has been absolutely peak. Cannot wait for the next issue. Number 2, Blade. It's gotta be Blade. I was talking about this in our episode that we didn't freaking record, but Blade just drank Dracula's blood. He's going full vamp. He's about to pull up on the Hulk. Who knows what's going to happen? It's going to be lit.
Goku Hulk over there.
Number 1, of course, Ultimate Spider-Man, like everybody else. Ultimate Spider-Man's back. We got Jonathan Hickman on it. Let's go. But the cover of the week, Wolverine number 41, one of the 50th anniversary Wolverine variants right here. Clayton Crane killed this. If I see it, I'm copping. You already know.
Draped in that Canadian flag?
Yeah, that's straight up drip. But there we go. As you guys can see, so much heat coming out, especially Ultimate Spider-Man 1. That's a big book, one of the bigger books coming out in a long time. So make sure to go get that before it's gone.
Yeah. And tune in next week where we'll have an actual episode that we record.
Sorry about that, but not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. We got y'all next time.
Yeah.
No, but I guess
if it makes you guys feel better, you only missed one of our best episodes yet. So
exactly. But that means next episode is going to be even better because it's pretty much going to be what this episode was supposed to be. All right.
And we got a new segment coming. We're not gonna tell you, but we got a new one coming.
Yes, new segment coming soon. Stay on the lookout for that. But with that being said, that's gonna do it for this episode of the Hall of Nerds podcast. Thanks for
thanks for I got you. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
And catch us next week. Sorry.
Nerd on.
Oh yeah, nerd out. What's up?